What's up guys, Beastly Gamer here, welcome to the channel. Do you own a PlayStation Vita? I do. I still play my Vita. I was playing Oregon Trail on it yesterday. You know, I went to my wife's doctor appointment with her because I'm a real kind of man. I don't like her to go do things like that by herself. And when I go, I like to sit in the lobby and either be on my phone checking out videos, or I'll pull out my Vita and I'll play it. And I feel really sad. I was one of the first adopters of the PlayStation Vita. I actually bought mine and Kate's 1 week before everybody else got theirs. We got the early edition bundle, and it was $450 each. So we got that each. We got Uncharted. We got a case that came with it, a lanyard, and we got some game. I forget the name of the game. It's still in the box. It's like a little, kind of like a tech demo with these little balls that you fling around, these little creatures. And so I had a lot of hope for what the PlayStation Vita could be. I was one of the first people to say this is the future of handheld gaming, because the handheld hardware is so amazing. Have you guys ever seen Uncharted Golden Abyss on PlayStation Vita? It looks like a PS3 game. It looks so good, it's hard to believe it's on a handheld. And so that was one of the first games I ever played on the Vita, and I had a lot of hope and respect and expectations out of this system. It has 2 analog sticks. Come on. It's the first handheld that allows you to play a first-person shooter the way they're meant to be played. You know, so I had hopes of seeing an amazing Call of Duty. I had hopes of seeing a Resistance game. I had hopes of seeing, you know, even playing my fighters, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I just wanted to have a console experience on my handheld. And as time went on, we started to see games getting released for the Vita, some good, some bad. You know, there was a Mortal Kombat 9 port that was actually really good. You know, we saw Tearaway come out. We got Killzone Mercenary for Vita, which is the best first-person shooter I've ever played on a portable, because it actually feels like a console quality first-person shooter. It looks like one. It has great multiplayer. You actually go online, it's voice chat, you don't even need a microphone, you just talk to your Vita, you can hear people talking back, and you play a multiplayer experience with some really awesome maps and nice guns. It just felt amazing. And so I was in the mindset that this system, this handheld, this amazing little piece of hardware was going to revolutionize what the portable space was, because it wasn't a mobile device, it wasn't a phone, it wasn't a tablet. It felt like a real portable, or the evolution of what the PSP was, the evolution of what the 3DS is, right? It's an actual, real, tangible system that has real power, that has 2 analogs, it's got 2 shoulder buttons, it has everything you could possibly want. Then I started to notice as time went on that the games were lacking. You know, there's a lot of indie games, there's lots of PlayStation 1 games on it, you know, PlayStation Classics, things like that. But when it came to original IPs, they were slowly lacking. And one day I got the news that Activision was making a Call of Duty game for the Vita. I flipped my shit. I lost my mind. I was like, oh my god, this can't be real. We're going to get Call of Duty on this thing. This is going to be the best thing ever. And it was Black Ops Declassified. And if you guys know anything about Vita, you know that Black Ops Declassified is the red-headed stepchild of Call of Duty. It is the worst thing ever. It looks terrible. It plays terribly. And I never even bought it. I saw it and I was like, nope. I saw the trailer that they showed. They showed a trailer for Black Ops Declassified that looked like shit. I said, wow, that does not look like something I want to play. And I hated saying that because I had so much faith in my Vita. And as time went on, we got that. Then we got Resistance for Vita, which was another game, which is an extremely terrible game. And as more and more time went on, we started to see less and less AAA games. I think the last AAA game we got was the Borderlands 2. For the PlayStation Vita, and my son has that. I got that for him, but I'm not the biggest Borderlands fan, but that game actually works. A lot of people really enjoyed it. Of course, they did tone a lot of stuff back, but it worked. It felt okay. Sony has dropped the ball here with the PlayStation Vita, in my opinion. I think that Sony could have really pushed harder to get more notable first-party games. Put a God of War on the Vita. That's a no-brainer. You know, put Infamous on a Vita. That's a no-brainer. Put an Infamous on there. I think that anybody who had a Vita would have got Infamous on Vita. I think that would have been a great game. Just a Vita version of an Infamous game. You don't have to do all these ports. Just create one. And we didn't see enough good quality games. A lot of people play their Vitas and really enjoy it. I still enjoy my Vita. I think that so many marks were missed. I think so many opportunities were just passed by I think Sony could have really built up a huge fan base of people playing the Vita by putting good RPGs on the system, by putting lots of first-person shooters. Put first-person shooters on there. That's what people really play the most nowadays. You know, Destiny on my Vita works just fine when I'm tethering it to my PS4. It works fine. So I'm like, why didn't you guys just create games like this? And it's really a missed mark. Now, recently we got news that Sony confirmed that first-party titles were no longer coming to the Vita, that they were kind of abandoning ship. And Colin Moriarty, Greg Miller, they talked about it. Those guys, I respect them quite a bit. I watch their show like every single day. They have a lot of the same passions of gaming that I do. They love PlayStation. I love PlayStation. I love everything about PlayStation, even the bad stuff. I love, because I'm a PlayStation fan. And when I say bad stuff, I'm talking about the Vita, how the Vita has become kind of a failure, and I feel like it's part of Sony's fault that Sony didn't back it the way they should have, that they kind of left it out in the cold and didn't put enough great games on it. But there's a new article out that does express a possibility of a ray of light or a ray of hope, sunshine in the Vita's future, and I hope that this is true. I'll drop a link in the description. The PlayStation Vita will continue to receive first-party support according to a VG247 interview with Sony Computer Entertainment Europe's Jim Ryan. The SCEE president clarified to the website that Sony has content in the works for the beleaguered handheld. Quote, "We are no longer in the business of AAA development of games for Vita, but there is still first-party content currently being worked upon," end quote. This contradicts recent statements from Sony Computer Entertainment Worldwide Studios head honcho Shuhei Yoshida, who suggests that the company has left the release of new Vita games up to third-party developers. Ryan did not reveal what Sony's upcoming Vita titles might include, and the console was conspicuously absent from the company's Paris Games Week press event on Tuesday. So, Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, thank you for a little ray of hope. I'm hoping, well, at least he did say that AAA games are not a priority on the Vita, which that is kind of sad, but they don't all have to be AAAs. We just want first-party games. We want, we want nice Vita exclusives. It seems like the Vita exclusives that were decent, like Tearaway or Gravity Rush, are now being ported to the PS4, which is kind of taking away the exclusivity of the handheld, because they were unique experiences on the Vita that were kind of made and tailored for the Vita, but they've been ported up to the PS4, which kind of takes away that whole Vita-esque feel. But, thank you so much. I'm happy to hear it. I want to see some great games on the Vita. I mean, can you imagine this? I hate to use Call of Duty. I hate to use Call of Duty as my number one example, but for me, if they ported Black Ops 2 over to the Vita, it would be over. Everybody would buy it. Everybody would buy it. If they had a real viable studio, not the one who made Black Ops Declassified, which I believe that studio is closed now, thank God, but if they had a viable studio of real talented people, port a game like Black Ops 2 over to the Vita with the campaign and the multiplayer, everybody would buy it, and that would breathe so much life into the console. That would breathe so much life into the Vita ecosystem, and I think that's what it needs. It just needs new blood, man. It needs more people to make great games for it, and hopefully more people to stand by it and just quit leaving it out in the cold like that. The Vita is an awesome system. For people who don't know, it's an incredibly powerful little handheld. It can pump out console quality graphics, at least last gen, 7th gen quality, and it's really, really an awesome piece of equipment. Let me know if you have a Vita. If you do have a Vita, what games are you playing? Have you stopped playing it altogether? Are you enjoying it daily? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give a thumbs up and show support of the channel. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.